Alright, so pretty basic concept, still sick as shit. Just how to read news. So, damn, bear with me here. So, how do we read news? So, I'm not gonna talk to y'all like a fucking old head, bro. Don't https dot www dot forex factory. No, bro. Just type in forex factory. For me, it auto completes because I'm on this shit. And I'll take you to this, and you scroll down to here, the slow menu, and then oh, my quality on this monitor is kind of ass. Anyways, then go to your little filter button, and you only want red and white folder. Yellow folder and orange folder doesn't affect market for shit. And then this shit, just keep it all selected. And then if you're trading forex, just select whatever correlates to your pair. Now, so I have GBP and JPY because I trade GBP JPY, but I also have USD selected because you got to think, A, the US is a heavy partner to Japan, which is JPY. So US news a lot of the time affects Japan. And when I was first starting out, I was like, oh, it probably won't affect it that much because I still had USD selected because I think I was watching TJR shit and TJR said select it because and this is another thing I guess. US news affects a fuck ton more countries than just the US. But anyways, so that's what he said. So I was like, I'm gonna go against him. Nope. Minus $3,000. Lost 3K on that. I was only risking 2K, but my stop loss slipped to fucking hell. Um, so no, just know if you're trading a forex fair and they have anything to do with the US news is probably gonna fucking affect them. But no, so definitely have USD in here. I would recommend it at least. And then whatever your pair is, like if you're trading some exotic shit like Euro, CHF, I don't even know what that stands for to be honest. I trade. I don't do this shit. But no. My apologies. But no. So whatever your pair is, and then if USD is going to affect it at all, select USD. So I do GBP, JPY, USD. And then also, if you're like trying to trade directly like me and trade GJ, then these are obviously the exact filters you're going to need because you're trading the same shit I trade. And also, you got to remember how much of an effect GBP USD has on GBP JPY. So that's another reason to have GBP JPY and then GBP USD. But anyways, oh, and then if you're on S&P 500 and NASDAQ, then USD is what's going to affect it, and that's pretty much it. So after you have your filters on, just click apply and then go on. So will we be trading tomorrow? Probably, honestly, because like, yeah, there's red folder news. What time do I trade at? I hop on market at like tomorrow. I'll probably hop on at like 8:30 after my first period class. So what time is this at? 2 p.m. So is it going to affect my trade? Probably fucking not. So, I mean, it's literally that simple. And then I'm really good at technical analysis and like trading using strategy, so I don't like to trade news much, but you can use news to feed your bias. Now, you don't really want to be trading for like a few minutes leading up to news, and then you don't want to be trading after news until market settles down. So that'll typically be around 15 to 20 minutes, so like 3 or 4 candles afterwards. And why is that? News is volatile. You'll get crazy wicks. So say we're bullish and news is good for GBP JPY. So we're thinking it's going to go up. There's a thing called a wick. So even if the candle went up 100 pips, if your stop loss is 15 pips away and it goes down 20 pips first, you're out of the trade. So that's why, holy crap, bro. That's why we don't trade news. But no, you can absolutely use news to like benefit your bias. You just have to make sure it's after the news first hit. So, I think we actually had a good example last week because I used it indirectly. Obviously, I'd never trade directly on news. So I think it was here. No, it was GBP news. I remember that. Oh yeah, it might have been here. I don't know if it was exactly, but we already had a bearish bias, I believe, this day, and we were thinking. I think high time frame was bearish, medium time frame was bearish, small time frame was bullish. So combined with the high time frame and medium time frame, this news also comes out bearish. Pretty damn good confluence that market's going to go bearish. But you're waiting 15 to 20 minutes after that news hits. So like shit like CPI, and you can literally just like, which I'll probably do this tomorrow, but like shit like CPI, it will at first like it'll have a crazy effect on market. But if CPI is bad, especially if it fits with your other confluences, I apologize, I keep fucking clearing my throat, but especially if it pairs with your other confluences, then it's typically gonna like follow whatever CPI does. So if CPI goes up for the entire day at least, sometimes it'll even stretch into the week, we'll be going up or down. Now that's a medium to high time frame thing. So that doesn't mean we're not going to have wicks down or like small time frame bearish structure, because we will still have that. But overall, we're going up or going down most of the time. So this is my other point too. What's tomorrow's date? The 29th. So like if right now I'll pretty much disregard this news because I plan to be out of market by like 11-12ish, which is 2 hours before it hits. But if this news was hitting during my trading window, with FOMC and shit, I just wouldn't trade until at least 20 minutes after. But you can also literally just go on ChatGPT and be like, literally if you have plus, just screenshot your fucking shit, and then just like be like, how will this affect insert pair, whatever pair you trade, and then ask it, and then it'll tell you. And then that's a good way to do it. Or if you don't have plus, you can just like copy and paste this shit in here and copy and paste it in Control C, Control V, be like, how will this affect it? But it's literally that simple. I don't think that AI, you can really use AI to trade. Like crypto, definitely. But like this, it's so much different trading currency. But yeah, this is like something I would use AI for trading with though, is definitely for like news and shit. But like, if you just want a kind of an overview to analyze it yourself, which probably like the 15th time I've said this, don't trade directly on news. Wow. But no, if you just want like a simple overview, typically, so JPY for example, if news is good for your top pair, so if news is good for GBP JPY is going to be inclined to go up. If news is bad for GBP, it's going to be inclined to go down. And then the bottom portion, bottom quote, which is JPY, if this news comes out good, GBP JPY will probably go down. And then if this news for JPY comes out bad, it'll probably go up. Because the bottom quote is just inverse of the top quote. The top quote directly correlates with the pair. So like I said, something good for the pound makes GBP JPY go up, bad for the pound makes it go down, and then JPY is literally just the fucking inverse of that, the opposite. But no, I mean that's basically it. I was gonna say something else. But no, I mean, I don't want to say this because this is a really bad habit to get into. Oh, fuck. I don't really want to say this. But no, I have seen other cases where it's worked pretty good, full porting news. I mean, TJR literally recommends that to pass a funded. Like that's what he recommends. You start 2 funded accounts so you can just get straight to making money. You start 2 fundeds, full port CPI in one direction on one account, full port it in the other direction. But I'm sure that can work. But for me, that made me lose 3 bandaroos a little bit ago. So I would never do it because I literally news went. It was something like this. And I guess this is why I stress it so much. But no. So basically, my position, news went up. It was bullish news. And we had, I don't know, I want to say like about a 50 pip stop loss. So from, just imagine that's 202.8 to like 202.3. So our stop loss was 50 pips. Our take profit was 150 pips. So it would be like 3 times the distance. 150 pips. So that would be 950. Something tells me I did that really wrong. Oh no, because that's 10 pips. Okay, I got enough. So 8, 9, 10. Anyways, so you get the point. Our take profit was like 3 times the size of our stop loss. So we had that, and it actually hit our take profit, but the fucking wick, this is exactly how the candle looked. It was like this, and unfortunately, the wick hit this part before it hit take profit. So it would have been like a $9,000 trade, but we got wicked out first. So that's why I would never trade on news, even though it can work. Because I mean, when you get a move like that, that can triple to quintuple your fucking risk, you can instantly pass your funded. I would personally never do it. But it has worked for some people, but after how badly it went for me, I would never do it. But I'm about to get on this next psychology video and then call it a night.